This is an Off the Tongue podcast.
Hey, Doug here.
Greg.
And this is Mike.
And we are the It's Funny That Makes It Okay podcast and part of the Off the Tongue podcast network, where you can also find the Greener Grass podcast, Teach a Dummy podcast, Skate Ohio podcast, and the original Copycast podcast, all found anywhere you find your podcasts. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the show. Welcome. How is everybody doing?
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, doing okay.
Yeah.
Looking forward to spring.
It's too early to look forward to spring.
I am too, though.
My wife said the same thing. I want more. I was like, well, it's
Hey,
January.
we're supposed to be in the upper 50s or the mid 50s next week.
Yeah, it's
Well, here in the
tease.
Midwest, that's shorts and t-shirt weather. Flip-flops.
Yep.
Crocs.
Typically, I don't get too this early on. I don't get too much ahead of myself. But this year, for some reason, this year I am.
I know. It's just, it always seems like it takes forever. Anyways, once the New Year's is over, that
Yeah, it's a drag.
till March,
The
it just
excitement
seems
is
like.
gone.
It's a drag.
Yeah.
Although we do have Valentine's Day coming.
Oh, we do.
Also.
So we got that to look
Yes,
forward to.
we do.
Because that's always a big holiday
Oh,
for us.
big. Huge. All right. Well, tonight we're going to talk about disproportionate anger. Things that make us angry, disproportionate to their relevance in our life. Or
Isn't that pretty much everything?
well,
That's what I
that's
was
this whole
gonna
podcast. I know. But we're going to try to, we got a bunch of things. And we're going to try to come up with our Mount Rushmore, the 4 top things that make us, because a few of these has happened to me just over the last couple of weeks, and I got very angry. And after it was over, I was like, that was stupid. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it just infuriated me.
Our most infuriating minor inconvenience.
There you go. Yeah. Then we're going to talk body image. There are several stories in the news, and I'm going to kind of lump them all together, kind of talk about some body image stuff. And if you're easily offended, you probably are going to want to skip that part because, yes, I'm going to make fun of. And this is coming from somebody
I'm already
overweight.
offended. Doug was making fun of my body.
I am making fun of your what?
My body.
Oh, well, I'm overweight, so I'm trying to lose weight. Not very hard, but I am trying.
He's down to 2
Reese is
Reese's.
killing me. But, yeah, so we're going to talk about some of that. And then we just got a couple miscellaneous potpourri stories. The Marines, they lost a jet back in September, and a report came out on it. And then a woman lost her beloved pet, and we're going to talk about that.
Yep.
So, I don't know. We didn't even talk. Did anybody have anything in the intro?
Actually, I've got something I can gripe about.
Okay.
I'm going to gripe about we just talked about the weather. I'm going to gripe about this stupid ice that we've been having. Yesterday, I was going to work and it was really icy out. And, I went down one of the main routes here close to home to get to East Peoria. And a lot of times I'll cut through this neighborhood and back down through there to get over to where I work. So I cut through this neighborhood. Well, when you cut through this neighborhood, you got to go down a big hill and then back up another hill. Well, I turned left to go down the big hill and I found out they had not salted it. And my work Jeep slid all the way down the hill, going sideways and forward and every different direction until I got to the bottom of the hill.
Where
Then-
you proceeded to probably get stuck.
Well, I didn't get stuck there.
Oh, okay.
I tried to go up the other side,
Yeah.
though, and could not.
Yes.
Then I started sliding backwards and went sideways and everything else till I got back to the bottom of the hill. And fortunately, there was a parking lot by the little trail
See,
there.
this is where if we could play music, be slip sliding
it was-
away.
It was kind of
Slip
scary
sliding away.
because I had no control whatsoever, other than every
I
once in
didn't
a
picture
while.
you just screaming, holding onto the wheel like Trace plays all the way, spinning around and around.
That's how I felt. But
Jesus, take the wheel.
he wasn't taking it. But so I pulled in this little parking lot, and there were like 4 or 5 other people in this little parking lot because they
Well, I
didn't-
just tried the same thing that you did.
Yeah.
Yep, they had tried it, and there was one guy there, and he had a 4-wheel drive Chevy Blazer, and he goes, "Well, I'm going to go for it again."
He mustered up the courage.
And he goes, "If I make it, do you need a ride to work? I know where Walls is. It's right not far from here." I said, "Yeah, that'd be great." I said, "If you make it, here's my phone number. Call me and I'll walk up the hill." And so I get the call. He made it. And But then it's like, now I got to walk up this icy hill. So I start up and I make it, but as I'm going up, this Dodge Ram comes flying by me, trying his chance at making it. No, he starts sliding backwards towards me. So then I got to go backwards down the hill to keep from getting plowed over by this pickup truck. And it was a mess. I had to go back later in the day and get my Jeep because then they salted it later in the day. But I don't know. It's just very frustrating because I had to walk up the hill, and I'm lazy. So
now maybe if somebody would have put a Reese's at the top of the hill.
Well, yeah, the carrot, something to go after.
All you just had stick the entire day. No
I could have
carrot.
asked McLean if he had a Reese's. That was the guy's name, McLean.
So can you stop? Can you go get me a Reese's?
Go get one. Put it in your blazer. I'll be up there.
Yeah. You know what? I do have something I just thought of.
Did this churn it up?
It's a little personal, so I'm gonna bring. If you guys don't want to talk about it, that's fine.
Or this is a counseling session.
It is counseling. This was a while back. We saw some show and it was talking about inventions, and this woman had this invention for this towel, and it had slots in it for your toes, like so you could put your foot through. And she said she did that because her mom had arthritis, had a hard time drying her foot. Because my wife's like, why would somebody need that? I'm like,
well, just don't dry your foot.
That's my question to you. When you get out of the shower or the bath, whatever you're washing up,
your mode.
Well, maybe with Mando, you don't even do that. You just squirt on. That's from last week. But, because I brought this up to a few people and they all acted like I was weird. I am weird, but I want to get. When you dry your body.
Yes.
All right. Do you dry in between your toes? I'm like, yeah. Yeah. And they're like, you dry? I was like, well, it's wet. So yes, I do. I dry in between my toes. I kind of felt like they were looking at me like I'm a pariah by some people. I'm like, I just thought everybody did that. Apparently they do not. So I thought I'm going to bring it up to you, and anybody out there that wants to comment, feel free.
Yes.
Put
a toe survey out there.
No pictures, please. I will be disgusted and grossed out. I can't stand feet, but I do dry in between my toes and my fingers. I just dry. I dry my body. Wherever I'm wet, I dry. I don't know. I'm throwing that out. So what?
Go ahead, Mike.
So I actually don't.
What? Oh no, I am. I'm a pariah.
But I will let my feet, I'll wipe my leg and my feet and stuff, but I don't do in between my toes. Now that I think about it.
See, but you put your socks on your shoes, it gets warm, and that's a breeding ground for fungus.
I don't know. I don't
know.
Well, and of course, my socks and shoes don't come on until way later.
True.
So I don't know. I dry my feet, but just not between my toes.
Well, so far, most of the people I've been talking to are that way. I am, like I said, I'm on the outs.
It was kind of one of those things that I never realized that I didn't do it until you just said that. And then I started thinking about it. It's like, you know what? I don't do it. Not intentionally. Like, I guess I wouldn't look at you strangely for doing it. I just realized that I don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
I do not.
What is that? I don't even know what's going on in the world anymore.
I'm like Mike. I wipe my leg. I can't reach my toes.
You need that towel. You stick your foot in it and shove your toes through, and you're good.
I get out, and we've got this bath rug on by the shower, and
you scoop your feet on.
I wipe my feet on the bottom of my feet on that, and I
you don't even dry the bottom of your feet.
I do. Yeah, I think I never really
lays down and rolls around on the rug. I don't even use a towel.
And I do like a dog did. I just run through the house shaking.
Greg's got the zoomies.
Rub my face on the carpet.
Get on the sofa and scoot around. That's an image I didn't need.
I'm like Mike. I just dry my legs and my foot off, but I don't take the time to go between each toe. And again, like Mike said, my socks don't go on for quite a while after I get out of the shower.
Okay, well, I'm the pariah. I am the outlier.
I guess you are. It'd be interesting
I'm
to
fine
have a
with it.
survey of that.
Yeah. So I got to figure out a way.
I'll have to ask Lori if she drives between her toes.
I got to figure out a way to put it out there. Maybe on Twitter I'll try to
I should
come
call
up
her.
with So anyway, that's all. That's all I had. It's something that I was just curious about.
I think you kind of broke the matrix for me on that one. I just one of those things. I just
I'm not trying.
no.
Well,
I didn't
everybody broke the
realize.
matrix for me because I just assumed everybody did. And when I said that, people were like, "You dry it between your toes?" I'm like, "You're wet. You're wet." Yes, I dry where I'm wet. You better tell them that.
Hey, we have a
We're
question.
recording.
And we're recording.
Okay.
Do you and Misha, you and Misha and Courtney, do you dry between your toes when you get out of the shower?
No.
What?
Did all three of you said no?
Yep, all three of us said no.
What is wrong? What is going on? I am the only one. I don't even know. I don't even know anybody anymore. I'm out. I'm the weirdo.
All right, that's all we needed.
Look at all this time I've wasted drying in between my
Bye.
toes all these years.
Well, now you can't not dry between your toes.
I'm not.
because
I got to continue. I mean, it's just habit. I've been doing it
Yeah.
for 50-some years. I'm drying between my toes.
That's what you're going to go
What about
down
your belly
as.
button? Do you dry your belly button? You just let it go?
No, I dry my belly button.
I hope so.
Pick the lint out, dry it.
Well, you got to clean it. There was some survey on the radio. They were talking about how many people don't clean their belly button. I'm like, what? How do you not? You're there. You just stick your finger in the hole and you're done. That's my answer for several questions. But yes. Anyway, moving on.
But we're not asking about any of the other parts.
Moving on. That's all I had. My mind is blown. It's blown.
You're the only one.
I am.
And the thing, we didn't even have anything in the intro here today.
Well, I know that just popped into my head. I just thought I
Yeesh.
would ask it. I thought it was going to be real quick. Everybody would say, yes, we do. I'm like, good.
Nope. It's a
Just
unanimous no's from everybody.
I know,
in
from
this house.
everybody. Oh. I don't even know if I can go on. All right.
We're going to put a lid
So
on
what
the
about
podcast.
the
here.
towel?
What do you mean, what about the
Well,
towel?
so it was just a towel with holes.
Yeah, like slots, and when you put your foot down in there, you could push your toes through the slots, and so you could dry for people. Her mom had arthritis, so she's trying to come up with this.
I think I'd go crazy trying to line my toes up to get them to go into the holes properly.
I don't know.
I mean, I would think the towel would be moving.
I don't
It's like-
know. I don't know how. It was on like snake oil. You're trying to figure out which was the real product. And my wife said, well, that's got to be the fake one. No one dries in between their toes. And that's what started. I'm like, what do you mean no one dries in between their toes? And that's
I
what
would end up
started
falling on the floor trying to use that towel.
What? All right.
I
Well,
don't think it would be that hard. But
I didn't either.
Towels are flimsy; they move.
But I do have a little coordination, so I can maneuver a towel there. And
I can walk up an icy hill.
see, I don't know.
I didn't even fall.
I don't know. Well, I didn't mean to derail the whole. That wasn't even on the list. That just came up. I thought I would just ask it real quick, and we got off on a whole tangent. So, all right. Well, let's move on to disproportionately anger. Mine is that no one drives in between
Yes,
their
I'm-
toes.
Well, that can be on the list now.
This is infuriating to me.
Unfortunately, I don't think you're going to get agreement from me and Mike, though. So.
No,
I
and I don't care.
won't get
this
anybody.
is I will die on this hill. This is it.
But I doubt
I'm
it
gonna
makes
start
it
a
to the Mount
campaign.
Rushmore.
It may not. I'm going to start a campaign, PSAs. I'm going to take out radio announcements. When you get out of the shower, don't forget to dry in between your toes.
I think you should start a TikTok channel.
I should.
Those people with feet
Dry-
fetishes would like that.
Well, I don't. They probably like wet toes.
Well, but you can show it. You can show it.
Close ups of you
drying.
scooting your feet all around on the rug. You might make a ton of money. You could probably retire.
You could probably come up with a small.
I just said that. Greg, stop for a minute. Oh, well, wait a minute now. I can retire just from scooting my feet around on the rug?
That might be worthwhile.
All right, Lori, get the water bottle in the camera.
But if I called myself an influencer, I'd have to not read my own stuff.
You
'cause
could. You could.
You probably could invent a little like small toe towel that you could dry your toes with.
I
ShamWow for the toes.
I like the big fluffy towel. I want a big towel.
Okay.
I like to engulf myself in the big fluffy towel.
The Sham Piggy.
Sham Piggy.
All right, so most infuriating inconvenience.
Yes.
I'll start up because this is what happened to me. I went with my job. We travel a lot. Pull up to a gas station. We have a gas card. I just want to. I pay at the pump. Boom, put it in. And actually, I've got two. So first, you put your credit card in, swipe it, pull the pump out, put it in the car, select what gas I want to do.
Right.
Put it in there, start the pump. All of these pumps now have a stupid screen and play commercials the entire time. I don't want to hear your freaking commercial.
No, I don't
I'm already
either.
paying
I don't like
$4 a gallon for gas. I don't want to hear about how we should go inside and get the new breakfast tornado twister or whatever it is you're trying to sell me.
And it's usually Maria Menounos or
It is.
somebody.
There's or Cheddar News. I get that one. Cheddar News.
It's like what plays the movie theater before the actual previews
Yes.
start. It's like the same thing.
but less entertaining.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yes.
It's. I wouldn't mind some trivia. Throw some
Yeah.
trivia or cartoon.
or movie trailers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do that. I don't want to hear whatever this stupid commercial is.
And while you're talking initializing at the gas pump, what about when you pull the pump out, the nozzle, stick it in your gas tank, pull the trigger, and it always goes in about 4
This isn't
times?
taken away from my time of a gripe, is it?
No.
Okay.
This is just kind of adding on to yours.
Is this a separate gripe or is this?
No, not really. It's just,
Well, I don't want this added onto my gripe.
well, just,
Well,
you're
now it's
talking
going to
ga-
confuse everybody.
you're
What was
talking
Doug's
gas
gripe?
pump. Well, I'm just
The
saying.
toes. He puts gas on his toe.
Ooh.
No, it's not.
No, I'm just asking. You pull the trigger to start pumping gas, and it doesn't come out. You have to pull it like 4 times before it finally starts. I don't know.
I don't think that's happened to me.
That has not happened to you.
I'm trying to
Pay
think.
attention. I bet it has.
I'm trying to think.
So you stick it in.
I mean, I
you
feel
flip
it.
the thing up. You pull nothing. Then you let go. Pull again. It's like they haven't engaged it inside yet.
I'm trying to. I don't think I've encountered
I don't think
that
that's
one.
happened
Oh,
to
you're
me.
going to encounter it now.
See,
You pay
this
attention.
is your drying between the toes. It's irritating, isn't it? You think everybody, you're like, what? I'm the only one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody
Well,
else looks at you like,
Yeah. So
what's
that's not
wrong
really on
with
my
you?
gripe list. I just, while you were talking gas pumps, I just was curious.
No.
I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
had that
Pay
happen to
attention.
me.
See if you notice that.
Okay. So the first one I had was the stupid commercials that play on
Yes.
the
Commercials
screen.
at the pump.
The second one I have, I get done with the gas. Stop at a 0 or a 5.
Yes. Well, it's raw.
50
it's,
cents, 25 cents, or a whole dollar amount, because that's
it's
what
law.
you have to do.
You have to do that. Yes.
I can't stop at $17.37.
No,
That's never happening.
You'd be a psychopath.
Yes. I agree. That's like on the road to serial killer
Yes.
or, cannibalism.
Yes.
So I
It's a
get
slippery
done.
slope.
I'm not saying anything.
I put the pump back in, and you look at the screen, and it may make a noise, or sometimes it doesn't. It'll say, "See cashier for
Yep.
receipt." And it's like, oh, I got to go inside now. It's not that it wasn't a big deal, but it made me so mad. I'm like, you've got to be kidding.
Well, that's
Well-
kind of the purpose of paying at the pump.
Now I got to go
Yeah.
inside. I got to go inside, get my receipt, buy a 44-ounce soda and a Reese's.
which you wouldn't have done
No,
otherwise.
that's why I'm staying out of the stupid gas station.
I hate that too because
They're making me fat.
I'll have that sometimes where it'll say printing receipt, and then it'll sound like it's kicking out,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, I didn't
Or
get
printing
one.
receipt in here. You're like, oh, come on, no.
It's jammed
A
in
little
there.
piece comes out. And you're like, come on,
Yeah.
come on. You're trying to coax it. No, it's not.
Or what pump number are you at?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even though I looked
I'm
at
the
it
wide
17
Jeep over
times
there.
on my way, I keep looking back. One. What was it? One.
17?
One.
I don't
One.
remember.
One. Somebody, goes by and they're playing, 8, 6, 7, 5. Oh no, I lost my pump. Was it 8? No, 5?
7, 6.
It was 1.
I don't know what pump.
And then I'll tell them 1. They're like, was it $47? I don't know what it was. It was pump 1. I put it in, it stopped. I know it was a 0 or a 5. It was 50, 25, or a whole dollar. So if it's not one of those, that is not my pump. All right. Anyway, so that was the first thing that happened, and it made me so mad. And that's where when I left, I felt bad at myself. Like, that was stupid to get that angry about. It wasn't a big deal. And I thought,
See,
what
I
else
don't know.
is
To
there?
me, it's worth being angry about. So.
All right.
I don't know. That's going to have to be
receipt
something
at
we
the pump.
qualify. Is that if we feel like it was worth being mad about, can it go on the Mount Rushmore?
Well, I think even if it doesn't, it could go on the Mount Rushmore.
It's because it's still minor.
Yeah.
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 All right.
So
I'm with you.
that was mine. I'll stop with that one. I got some other ones, but I'll let somebody else go. I've monopolized this conversation enough.
I can do some of mine here. These are also all recent occurrences for me. So it seems like lately I've had a bad streak and I hit every stoplight on my drive. And it doesn't matter how many are there. I mean, there could be 1,
Yep.
it could be 8. I don't know. Depends where I'm going. But no matter the number, I always hit the red light. And I got to sit there through every single red light.
And it seems like the ones you get stuck at are super long.
Oh, they take forever. Or sometimes the worst is when it cycles through other people twice. Like sometimes other lanes will get to go through twice.
Yeah.
Or the phantom guy gets a turn when there's no one there. It's like,
Yeah.
do we have to give that guy a turn? There's no one even there.
Yeah.
Why are we waiting on them?
Or how about you're at one of those lights? There's one down in East Peoria, Camp Street and Main Street. That light, it's notorious because it turns green for like 17
Hold
seconds.
it. Which one's this?
Camp Street and Main Street. Walgreens.
Yeah.
Yes.
The big-
Yes.
No
Big
one else
intersection.
knows where I'm talking about. But anyway, trust me, it's a frustrating
Yeah.
cross
Well,
section.
they can Google map it.
But how do you feel about this? So it's not you, but the person in front of you, they're sitting there, it turns green. They're dilly down and they're looking at their phone, and you're like, we're on the clock. You have got to go.
Do you yell at them?
Oh yeah, I'm
Go!
like, go!
I
They
do.
look, they just see me flailing my arms around. What's wrong with this idiot? So then they'll go.
I bet
and it
you didn't
goes
get a
yellow.
receipt at the pump.
It goes yellow when they started to go through, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you screwed me again. I get out, run around, ranting, throwing my arms in the air like Coco the monkey. Ah!
No, that's a valid point too.
Okay.
It's right. Just another reason why I would throw it up there.
Yes. So
in
many red
consideration.
lights.
Many red lights. This is one that also really bothers me. Sometimes when you have to sneeze, but you just can't actually sneeze, and it'll just sit there and burn your nose and burn your nose, and all you want to do is have the sweet relief of actually being able to sneeze, and you can't.
Have had it happen.
I have.
It's like I'll have the lead up to it, and no, it's not happening. It's like, why can't I not sneeze? And then it just sits there.
Now,
and
do you
burns
prefer
and
or
burns.
do you hate that more than sneezing multiple times in a row?
Yes, I could sneeze 8 times in a row. It'd make me feel a lot better actually being able to sneeze than because
holstering one. And
the
not
whole
being-
the feeling just is there. It's like I have to sneeze, but I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd agree.
That was a good one. You know what, though? This one just made me think, as I was looking at the list of the ones I put on here, all of mine involve another person. Mike was the one like, well, this is about, if something happens to me, I don't get as mad. I'm saying that says bad things about me. I need
Mine are all about
I
other
need to
people.
be
too.
relaxed a little more. And I get so angry with other people.
Yeah.
Mine
Mine's
get
about
there,
other people. Yeah.
I get frustrated with myself, but not this disproportionate anger.
Yeah, I'll say my next one is when people are in the way while you're trying to grocery shop.
Yeah.
And this could be a number of people. This could be your fellow shoppers who are in a group of like 8 people. There's like 2 parents and 6 kids, and all of them are just one giant clump.
Yeah, and they go
Ooh.
across the aisle.
Yes, they clog the whole freaking thing. Now, you've got those people. You've got the store employees and their giant abomination of carts that are like 18 feet tall, and they've got all these stacks that they take up half the lane automatically just by standing there. And then you've also got the people who just are completely oblivious, will stand in the middle of the aisle, and they'll just, they'll scan the shelves for whatever they're looking for, and they just completely are oblivious to the world around them could stop, and they wouldn't notice because they have no self-awareness.
Or one wide body on an electric cart that just goes
rascal.
right down. It's like, come on. Look, you're somewhat immobile. I'm trying not to get angry at you, but you're in the middle of the aisle.
Yeah, they're in
Pick
there
a
too.
side.
They're
Go
in there
left or
too.
right.
They're in there too.
And then they'll kind of push their cart kind of at an angle when they want something. It's like, because I can't even get off the cart to reach over. It's like, well, now I'm screwed.
Yes.
I can't go forward.
Yeah.
Or back.
Yeah.
Or you got the man and woman that decide they're going to walk right next to each other.
Yes.
Well, not next to each other. Like 2 foot apart. So, yeah, you can spread out. One's got the cart.
And inevitably, they're the slowest walking people in the entire store.
Of course.
And you're stuck right behind them.
You ever got the couple that both of them are on the rascal? I got stuck behind one of those a couple weeks ago, and I was going to break that up. I forgot.
Duo.
Yes. They were both very large people and on a rascal, and you were done. If you were behind them, you're done. I just headed to the produce section because I knew they wouldn't go in there. I knew I can get this out. I'm staying away from the chip aisle. I'm staying away from the snack aisle, the cereal
Yeah.
I might be okay in the dairy. Produce.
Go up to vegetables. Yeah, you're
Produce, I'm all right. Yeah, canned vegetables, you're good.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, terrible, just terrible. The last one I had, just to wrap up mine, I don't think this one will apply to any other people really here, but maybe it will. One of the things that annoys me to no end, because I'm OCD like that, when you go to buy something and there's like that price sticker or the barcode sticker on the item, and you go to peel it off, and either you can't peel it off cleanly, or it leaves behind that residue film from the sticker.
Give an
you guys
example.
know what I'm talking about?
Like, why are you peeling stickers off?
Well,
I mean, I hate the goo, but I'm trying to figure out whether I'm griped about this or not.
Well, if you buy glasses or something, sometimes they'll put the sticker on the bottom of the glass, and you go to peel it, and it leaves all the residue. You're like, why don't want this? Like, if you hand it here, you want this glass. It's like, why is there sticky on the bottom of the glass? I've had that.
I actually
happen.
had one stick to a plastic photo frame the other day, and it was
yeah, I was like, just kind of fill in the blank, whatever the item is.
Okay. I didn't know if you had an example of
not
anything.
off the top of my head, but like when the sticker is like you peel it off and it's looking great, like it's going to be a nice, clean, satisfying peel, and then halfway through the sticker, the other
I'll give you that.
disintegrates
Yeah, I'll
as you
give you
peel
that.
off. Because then I look at it, it's like, well, you know what? I can't leave that unfinished. It's like you rip off a quarter of the paper towel. You can't let that stand.
No, you can't leave that hanging.
You can't let that stand.
Or the toilet paper. It's like, no, it's got to be a clean
line.
Exactly.
nice
I look
90
at that,
degree angle.
and that sticker is laughing at me. So then I have to spend the rest of my life peeling off, working off the sticker. However,
Get some goo gone.
Yeah, you got to whip out the big guns.
Yeah.
So for some reason, that irritates me a lot too.
Yep, it is irritating.
On a side note, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say you may not. Occasionally, you may see that sticker residue every once in a while, but you know it's still there.
Oh yeah, and if you look in a certain angle in the light, and it's like I see it. It's still there. Yeah. I had this plastic photo frame the other day. I did that. I ended up putting Goo Gone on it to get it off because I used my thumb in hot water. I could still see it, and I'm like, I can't leave that. But
yeah, some come off nice and easy, and those are fine. But it's when it sticks.
I praise the label maker companies that do that.
Yeah, they should all do that.
Yeah. Speaking of toilet paper and not tearing straight, do you ever get the people that have not torn it straight and they've left it that way, and then you've got like a quarter of the roll that has like 3 layers thick and 3/4 is like at the right level, and it's got you got this buildup, or it could be packaging tape, and somebody has left part of it on there, and now you got this buildup of.
I got a question. How are you wiping your butt with a third piece of toilet paper?
You got to have.
I guess they have a little butt. Maybe I have a giant butt. I need the whole thing. I need a wide thing of toilet paper. I like fluffy toilet paper, like my towel. I like big fluffy toilet paper.
Yeah, well, I don't want to deal with that trying to get the roll back to the same level either, because that's hard. Because then you end up tearing off more. And
well, I've got to though. If I run into that, it's like, well, I guess I'm going to be in here for 5 minutes because this has got to.
I got to even this out.
This is our calling. This is what the universe has sent us.
And I feel like the people that are using the little strips of it, you're setting your. I mean, that's perilous because you have a very good chance at poke through, man. And that is not good. I want a lot of toilet paper in between the business and me. You don't want to poke through.
I don't want accidental finger dragging.
No. On two things. I don't want to be fingered, and I don't want my finger in there.
No.
Either direction. I don't want either one of those things happening.
No.
I've tried for like the last minute to take a drink.
Sorry.
No.
How did we get on this? This wasn't even on the list.
No. Mike brought up, you said toilet paper when he said something about the stickers.
I just said to make sure it was
Yeah, level.
level.
You mentioned toilet paper.
Okay.
All right.
Those were mine.
All right. I got a couple. Do you want me to?
Poke through was yours, right? No. Makes me so angry. Oh, I can't stand it. Sorry.
The whole day's over after.
Oh, it is. I go home. I'm like, I'm out. Where are you going? Poke through. I just walk out. Go
To
home.
me, that's a legitimate inconvenience.
That is.
That wouldn't be a minor.
No.
That's a major.
No.
All right. I got a couple I'll do real quick. My first one, like you with the no receipt at the gas pump, I pull up to get money out of the ATM and someone has left their receipt in the ATM machine.
Why get a receipt?
It's hanging there and it's like, I look at it, I'm like, why did you it asks you at the
Yes.
end, do you want a receipt?
It's an extra
No.
step. You have to say yes. Yes.
And then you don't take it.
I don't want it.
It
It's
angers
got your
me.
bank information and everything on there.
Well, at least I think we go to the same bank, but it's got your total amount in the bank. It's got some of your information. Like
I
Doug
don't want
was
anybody
saying,
seeing that number.
$3.
yeah.
Somebody's business. That's my $3
Why
in the
would
bank.
you want that out there?
So that's the first one. And while I'm on ATM machines, it's people who drive up and do their banking at the ATM machine.
That is a good one. I did not put that. That is one of my big ones.
Yeah, it's like, I got to make deposits and withdrawals and
It's for quick cash and go.
yeah.
That's the equivalent of the person who does the lotto tickets at the gas station. That's the ATM equivalent.
Or back when they had the self checkout that were just kind of a novelty, and there was a few of them. It was good for one or two things, and then you get the person that was doing their 2 weeks worth of groceries, and now that's what the stupid grocery store forces everybody to.
Yeah.
But they pull up there and you see them punching it up. They get the receipt and they look at it.
I'm like, what are you
then
doing?
You go out and you see them grabbing. Sometimes they'll grab the envelope. If they are like, no, put that envelope. What are you doing with an envelope? There's no envelopes.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even have a deposit option on these drive-through ATMs.
Yeah.
It's cash only. Quick. Punch it in. How much do you want? Now get out.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Get two more quick ones. You mentioned the people getting lottery tickets at the register. I would just say register etiquette in general. You go to McDonald's even, and you walk up to the register. They don't know what they want. We're going to stand here for a half hour while you figure out what you want. When you've shopped here every day for the last year, you know what you want when you walk up. Don't stand there and think about it.
Or if you don't, get out of the line.
Yeah.
Get out and go to the back. Now you have more time to look.
Yeah. So you got the lottery, those people that, they're going to stand there forever.
Sorry, I didn't mean to steal that one.
No, you're fine. But I want a number 20. No. How about quick pick?
One of the things that I hated when I was working at a pizza shop here as a college job, like, what do you recommend? It's like, what does it matter what I recommend? It's
Pizza. Now what do you want?
Yeah, you're the one eating it,
you
not
look like
me.
you have good pizza taste. What do you recommend?
McDonald's. Why don't you go there?
I don't know, man. So you pick what you want.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me.
The same thing with the etiquette thing is the guy or the woman who walks up there and they're on their phone. They won't get off the phone while they're on. I'm like, you've got to be kidding. You're dragging the whole line down because you're like, and that's why. And then I told them that you better not say that to my kid again or I'm going to blah, 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 blah. I was like, I just want to smack them.
Yeah. So there's those people. And then the very last thing is we've talked about it, the slow, fast drivers. Now, part of this, now we're talking about, what'd you call them? These inconveniences,
Disproportionately
angry. Or, I don't know.
So this is on me. People who either drive too slow or too fast, depending on what I'm doing.
How you're feeling that day.
Yes. If I'm on a lazy Sunday afternoon or I'm meandering back from lunch to work, I'm just taking my time and no hurry. And inevitably, I get somebody in my bumper that wants to go 70.
Idiot riding my rear end.
Sometimes I'll even pull over and let them go by.
It's some F-350,
Yeah.
some Ram super truck. It's like, get out of here.
Doug, you've had it happen. I've seen
yeah.
you. You know, we're
Oh, yeah.
meandering along, and you get a guy right on your bike. And I'll try to I'll go down this side street. And he turns. It's like, he's following me. Stop. So you got those people. And then, or if I'm in a hurry, then I get behind the person like myself.
Yes.
It's an endless cycle of angry, fast, and slow driving.
It is, because if I'm in a
Yeah,
hurry, they need to be moving along. They can't be slowing
Now
me
you
down.
just need to think about it from the opposite perspective of when...
But I can't.
Yes.
Because it's me that's
It's physically
inconvenienced.
impossible. Yes, it's physically impossible to go the other way.
So those are mine.
Those are good.
Did you have something in there about the dryer? Because there's something.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I've griped about
I didn't know
this.
if that's you or not.
Yes, it's a pet peeve.
That is
Yeah.
bad.
It happened last night, or maybe it was the night before. Go to bed, and the bedding is in the dryer or on the floor, but not on the bed. And I'm tired, and it's like, oh, we gotta make the bed before we can get in.
I'll get myself in trouble here if I may, maybe for a second.
Yeah.
Please.
Floor's mine. So
Well, it might be.
I will get in trouble for suggesting at like 7 o'clock to my wife, like, hey, we should go make the bed because we're both going to be angry if we do what Greg is saying.
It's very frustrating.
And she'd be like, no. I'm like, we should just do it now so we can get it over with. It'll take 5 minutes
I say
now.
it's something that doesn't take that long, but it is super aggravating to have to do.
Yeah. I mean, she's like, no.
Less
she
aggravating
won't
at
do it.
7 than.
She's like mad at me for suggesting it. I'm like, we should just get it done with. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. Just do
It
it.
is.
And then later on at night, when we're actually like wanting to go to bed, we can just
And you appreciate it
We'll
then.
climb right in, and we won't think anything of it.
Because there's nothing worse
But
than...
I get in trouble. She's like mad at me for even suggesting it. It's like, what? It's so much better than we'll both be mad later. I don't know.
Well, that way she's only mad.
I don't know. I feel like I get in trouble when I suggest it. It's like, but this is it's the easier, better thing to do.
I'm with you. I think that
It
is
is
much
the
better.
easier, better, but
you don't want to do
But
it,
it
but you know you
happens.
have to do
Nobody
it. Nobody
wants
wants to. Yes, exactly.
Nobody wants.
But it does happen. And there's nothing worse. You're sitting watching TV 10, 11 o'clock at night. You fall asleep.
That's
Excuse me.
bad.
You wake up, go upstairs, and just stand there and look at the bed. Oh, it's not me.
We've had this happen before where we've went out on a Saturday. It's been a while, but if we go out, like we go out or whatever, if we come over and visit, or we went to a concert or something, and we'll be on the way home, and it'll be like midnight, and we're driving, and my wife will say, "Our sheets are in the dryer." I'm like, "Go! I'm getting a hotel. I ain't even going
It's
home.
already started.
I'm done.
Yeah.
It's midnight. I got to go home. Hopefully they're dry. You reach in, it's like, oh, they're damp still.
no.
So we still got to
They
run
turned it. They rolled up into a ball. You're like,
Yes.
no.
Yeah, that's bad.
And heaven forbid we pull the extra pet set we've got out of the drawer. No, we got to have those that are in the dryer.
Yeah.
But no, it happened the night before last. Went up. I was tired. Nope. They're in the dryer.
Oh man. All right. Well,
Those are good.
excuse me. I hollered there, and that was all it took. I got a couple more.
All right. Keep them rolling.
So, the people that leave the shopping cart in the middle of the stinking parking lot.
Yeah.
Or next to the car. You look, the cart corral's like 3 parking spots down. You can't move your fat, lazy butt, walk down there. I know you need the exercise. I know it. I know it's everything. You got to walk it down there. I will take them. I'll take them and put them in the cart corral, or I'll take them up to the grocery store.
I just run them over.
The people?
No, the cars.
Well, because the people, I'd be all for that. Like, let's do that. Those people are psychopaths.
Yes.
They're like, I can't be inconvenienced to take this, the 30 seconds, and drop it off. I'm just going to leave it here.
There
and
was
it's somebody else's problem.
There was one time I had seen somebody. They were 3 spaces away from the cart corral, and they still left the cart. 3
spaces.
away.
That's insane.
You're like 15 feet away. Just go put your cart It doesn't.
You could almost push it in from where you're at.
It's like it doesn't get any easier than that.
Yeah.
The other thing I have here is not getting a thank you wave. It could be stopping, letting somebody cross the parking lot, like, oh, and they just walk, or they don't even acknowledge, like, I am letting you cross. Just a simple little wave. Well, oh, hey,
I give the wave.
Thanks. Or the nod. Hey, thanks. How you doing? I appreciate that.
Always give the wave. Every time, like Walmart.
I do too.
It's like, I give him a little wave.
Make sure he sees it. Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You know, sometimes I don't give a wave, but
He's part of the problem.
But it's when I'm at a crosswalk when I have the right of way. That time I would assume somebody to stop.
So like at the crosswalk at Walmart?
Sure. I mean, like there.
Oh, you got to give the wave at the crosswalk at the Walmart. If you're at the parking lot and I stop,
there's a stop sign there.
I
though.
know there is, but you know how many people don't?
You have to. You have to
stop.
stop.
Is there a
Like, go
stop
ahead.
sign at the Walmart crosswalks?
Yeah.
Talks?
It's on the ground. It'll say stop for pedestrians have right of way or stop.
Never paid
for,
attention.
blow through. Mike's spinning around. What the heck?
Was it the carts that you were hitting before? Or was it?
Boom, boom.
They put speed bumps in out here. All right.
I don't know. But
So-
I can understand, like, if you let somebody come back across where, you know, they would have been stuck waiting
I still
forever.
give the wave. I'd still give the wave, even because, like, look, I appreciate you stopping. I know it's busy. Appreciate it. You're part of the problem. I was on your side with Courtney, but now maybe Courtney has a valid point with getting angry at you.
Maybe he's jerky about the sheets. Maybe he's like, come
Why
on,
don't you
we're
go
gonna
make
do the
the
sheets.
bed?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know, some situations I think lend itself better than others, I suppose. That's all I'm saying.
There are valid times where you wouldn't need to give the...
I think in a polite society, I think that's where it started
But
breaking
we're
down.
not a polite society.
Society started breaking down when people quit giving the wave. I'm entitled to this walkway.
They switched it to...
I am going to walk.
They switched it from a wave to a finger, I think.
Fight 'em. All right. The last one I got, bicyclist. Yes, all bicyclists. If you are on the road, you're entitled. You take up the whole stupid road. Now, I'm not talking about, you know, Ma and Pa Kettle out on their beachcombers and they're just riding together like we're having. But you get the guy and he's got the spandex pant and the teardrop helmet. So it's like, yeah, because you need that aerodynamics, even though you're 260 pounds, your beer gut's hanging out over the top, but you got your $1,000 bicycle and there's a group of you and you're driving down and you're like, we have the same right as a car on the road, and you're behind them and you're in a curvy road or a hill road. Like, get off the road, get in a single file so I can get around you.
The single file is the important part. It's okay you're riding your bike, but get in a
I
single
don't know.
file.
No, not even on the road. No. I
But
don't
you
want
gotta
you on the
ride
road.
somewhere.
Not on the road. I don't care. Ride somewhere else. Go exercise at the gym.
So, like, where there's a legitimate bike lane, you don't think they should be there?
I hate the bike lanes. They're taking up valuable car lane.
I
you know
agree
what?
with that, but they're there.
bicyclists do not pay taxes for the roads. The cars, automobiles. My gas dollars, I buy a car, they take the tax money. That goes for the roadway. Bicyclists do nothing but complain and feel entitled.
If I buy a bike, I pay
I can't
taxes on
stand
it.
them. I can't stand them. Get off the road. It doesn't go to the roads. Though.
How do you know?
It goes into the corrupt politicians in Illinois' pockets.
That it might.
I'll say one quick story too. One of the most infuriating bicycle stories I'd seen. This was somewhere in, I think, Seattle. Go figure. There was a ambulance had pulled over to stop and help somebody who was having an emergency. The ambulance happened to pull over in the bike lane, and the bicyclist stops their route to berate the 911 responder for being in the bike lane. It's like no self-awareness at all. And they posted the video.
That's where if
thinking
you're the-
they were the victim. It's like
I say that's where if you're
no.
the ambulance driver, you're like, you know what? You're going to wind up in the back of this ambulance.
Or just laying on the side of the road. We're too busy to help you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, but the absolute arrogance of the bike riding
That's
population.
very arrogant.
Yeah. All right.
I
Well,
don't know how to pick these.
let's put together a Mount Rushmore. Let's pick the 4 worst ones.
Let's see here.
Who wants to start? You got one? Throw one out there. Let's see if we can get
Well, I'm trying to think of ones that affect all three of us. Because, like, I don't know. I didn't really get a strong indication from Mike that the no receipt at the pump gets him. Do you run into that often?
Well, I mean,
I feel like with work we get that quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't need it at the same level that you would. I mean, I would feel annoyed, but then at the same time, like if it tells me I need to go inside, at that point, I'm not getting a receipt. I guess I don't have to have it like you guys do for work purposes.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. See, I'm trying to keep it in the realm of minor inconvenience too. Because some of these are major inconveniences.
I would say my number one, if I'm having these ranked, number one for me is the banking at the ATM.
I can put that one on there.
That one is easily going to be somewhere in my top 4. That's probably number 1 or number 2 for me, personally.
Okay, so it's just got to be one of the 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So that one will go. I have no problem with putting that on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, you're an ATM. You need to get
disproportionately
in and out,
anger
get what you need,
over
and
minor inconvenience.
Yeah, you're stuck behind somebody doing all that.
All right, Doug, do you get upset at the hitting every stoplight?
I know it doesn't affect my. The no receipt at the pump infuriates me. I cannot stand it.
Well, it does me too.
I cannot stand it. But we can hold off on it.
I would be up for it.
We can put a let's put a pin in that because we may find something else. But that one is bad. The bedding in the dryer is another. That one is right up there. That will ruin your whole evening.
It does.
Like,
I don't know, Mike, how do you feel about that?
I have no problem throwing the sheets.
I'm more afraid about just asking about it.
So it causes stress in your life.
It does. So yes,
But would you say, these are minor inconveniences, but
yeah, I mean,
so
that's
I would
a
say,
minor
yeah,
inconvenience.
it really is because it takes all of 5 minutes,
if that.
But yeah, it's just so much stress involved.
You just have to do it. You just do it and get it done. So it's really not that.
But you're sleepy. You're tired.
In the grand
and you
scheme
just
of
stand there
life-
and look at the bed.
In the grand scheme of life, people wish they had something to lay on, and here we are.
I can't get
I can't make the bed.
Third world countries are just hoping they don't get eaten by some wild animal. It's like, gotta make our bed.
They're in my dryer.
I think that one can. I think it could go on there.
I would give the vote of confidence to that one.
I saw the pain in Mike's face just talking about it, so it's like that one's got to go. That's got to go.
The leaving the shopping carts in the middle of the parking lot.
That one was pretty good.
I felt both of your angst about it.
The people in the way at the shopping, I feel like that one irritates me more.
People in the way. That's a good one. Especially these shoppers that are shopping for the people who are sitting out in their cars.
Yep.
So I could get on board with that one. People in the way.
If I had to fight for one of mine, it would probably be that one.
I'd say we throw that. That one is irritating.
I don't know. And to me, to spread that across, I think the no receipt at the pump was your strongest.
That one,
Look,
on my personal one, that would go.
I'm not gonna kill it. I'm just saying it impacts you guys more than it does me. That's all
If
I'm
you
saying.
were requesting a receipt and that came up,
You don't have to sell me on it. I understand. I'm just saying it.
yeah,
I used to have to do that too for work, but
yeah, that one does really bug me. And it's an unjustified anger about because
it's not that big a deal.
It says "see cashier," and I just go, "Come on!"
I could give that one the vote simply because that one was the whole thing that sparked the site.
Yeah,
All right.
I think that's a big one.
All right, so our Mount Rushmore is somebody doing their entire week's bank or month's banking at the ATM.
Yes.
The bedding in the dryer at bedtime or the wash. You got to go make your bed.
Yeah, it could be any time.
Yeah.
People at the store taking up the entire aisle, not letting you get your groceries, and a no receipt at the pump.
I like it.
I think it's solid. I think that would ruin my whole week if I got all 4 of those.
Yes.
I would be done.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would be done.
Wow, we took a long time.
We
on
did.
That was
So we'll get through some of this stuff. I heard this. Plastic surgeons were talking, and they did this study. And 75% of all plastic surgeons in the U.S. say that they saw a big spike in clients under the age of 30. Millennials and even Gen Z are really starting to do a lot of plastic surgery, starting to get things done.
Yeah.
And I got to think, is like, what? That's insane. I don't remember, and maybe it happened and we just didn't hear about it because there wasn't social media back then, so you didn't hear people talking about it. But I don't know if
I knew it occasionally,
Yeah.
but she
Most
bought
of the time,
those.
yeah, breast augmentation or nose jobs. Those were
those
kind of the big
the
ones.
rhinoplasty,
But they were saying
tummy tucks.
tummy tuck. But at a young age, I feel like there wasn't a lot of like out of shape, obese.
Stop the show.
Oh no,
Greg can't read the article.
Oh no!
Oh, did it say? Yeah, there were a couple of these.
Yeah, no, I'm
where
sorry.
They talked about the influencer.
That's right. Greg made a first of the
vow.
year vow not to do any articles of influencers.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
Go ahead.
that's very good. Sorry, Greg. Plug your ears.
I can hear you guys talk about it.
But they have. Oh,
Sorry, no, I was just saying there's one part in here that's off the top, just infuriates me, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm sure.
Okay, you might have to bring that one up there, whatever that is. So
Does it
I would just.
infuriate you unnecessarily?
This might be justified.
No, I'm pretty sure it's going to be justified. Yeah.
But as I read and I'm not going to go through all these, but it gives all of these different TikTok and influencers and different things of what they've had done. This one 22-year-old certified, 22-year-old certified it girl. I don't know how you get certified in that.
Yeah, that just ended me reading that article.
Yeah.
22-year-old certified it girl, talking over TikTok, of course.
What do you do? I'm an it girl.
Bleached tresses, I guess.
Hair.
I guess that's what. And surgically sculpted
Mike used to have
chest.
bleached hair.
Says recently celebrated her 1-year boobiversary. Is there a card for that or a cake? You get a cake?
I wonder
Facebook,
what the cake would be.
Yeah.
Huge. 2 huge cakes. Another popular content creator, 25-year-old Audrey Peters, documented her entire journey before getting chin liposuction. How fat is
She has
your
a very
chin?
small chin now.
Well, it was huge. Big old fat jowls. But so they're all getting these, but you're just fake. I don't get it. I don't understand. Go ahead, Mike. You said you had one.
Yeah,
that was,
it was the the person right above the one that you read first there. So it says content creator, aka influencer.
Oh, yeah.
Jasmine Smith, revealed to her 230,000 TikTok followers. We're checking off all the boxes
I
here
know.
for Greg. But she
I'm
said
getting
that
more angry at the.
she said, she's making a video. She literally starts off with, "Get ready with me to get fake boobs." Say goodbye to these little itty bitty titties.
jeez.
And then it said, she's already had rhinoplasty and Botox. And then people are trying to stop her from going on tonight. But she said, "I want to live life with my boobs." I'm like, well,
Don't everybody that
You
have
were
boobs,
doing- yeah.
I don't know, ladies. Maybe not. Like, maybe you take them off at night and you just relax. I don't know how that works.
I was saying, I thought she already was, but here
We're
I
pretty
am. I don't
ignorant
know.
about women's anatomy, but I believe all women live life with their boobs.
I thought so.
Just like all guys live life with their rhesus.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They do.
I couldn't just leave one laying on the nightstand.
Are you insane? Oh,
Anyway, that's it. It's like, get ready with me. It's like,
Yeah.
no, just stop.
another story that was kind of related to this one was people are also getting, which I had never even heard of, their eyes done,
Yeesh.
cosmetic surgery on their eyes, simply to change the color.
Can they
want
just
to
do
change the
contacts?
color. Well, this one woman, again, TikTok star, sorry, Greg, she got surgery done, and Nadine Bruna traveled to Colombia.
That's a good spot to get surgery
To change
done.
her hazel orbs to a bright gray, which I don't even know. She has gray eyes now. Okay. Undergoing
That's
a
a
different
long ways from
procedure.
Hazel.
Yeah.
Jeez.
She lost 80% of her vision in her right eye and 50% in her left eye. Why would you do this? What is the point? It says, before the surgery, my eyes were completely healthy. They were in really good condition. I was so naive. Now she's not happy about it.
Well, gee, I wonder why.
But some of the comments that we're talking, I don't think people understand how eyes work. It says most viewers were gobsmacked by the surgery, likening it to the after appearance to the look that could simply be achieved by using colored contacts.
There you go.
Then somebody put, why would anyone want blue eyes? Questioned one person. I have blue eyes and I can't even see when the sun is out. My kids all have brown eyes and they be seeing everything. I have blue eyes and I can see the sun and everything.
I have brown eyes. Maybe I can see more than you can.
Maybe you can. Well, now I'm
like X-ray. I'm Superman.
You're Superman. Yeah. So I don't know why they all want to do this.
It's that word influencer that you're talking about. That is exactly the reason they want all this stuff.
Well, in a somewhat related story, there is this company they have a model, Lexi Love. Makes $360,000 a year sexting lonely men. But there's a catch to it. It's a UK company. She's completely AI. They created a busty blonde AI, and men pay, it doesn't say what each individual man, but they said that I'm using quotes. It's
the company makes
$30,000 a month for this Lexi Love to send them sexy text and sexting. It says they'll even do like dirty videos, I guess. But yeah, it says blue-eyed beauty might be fictional, but the feelings she espouses and thousands of sex-up subscribers are very real. And they have pictures. She looks weird. I mean, when you look at a picture of her, it's off a little bit. There's something wrong. But I don't.
Oh, something's wrong. All right.
Well, in
something's not real.
Something's very wrong.
In her profile on the Foxy AI site, it reveals she's 21-year-old.
Foxy AI.
She's a sushi addict and pole dancing pro.
Is she an influencer?
I'm sure. Her hobbies include yoga, beach volleyball, and her turn-ons. Oh, well, never mind. I can't read that one. I didn't read that.
You're a robot. You're not even sentient.
It's not even a robot. It's an AI. It's an AI image.
Yeah. So here's my first thought is I understand why, because at first I thought these women, they're getting chin and nose and boob jobs and all this stuff. But then you read this and it's like, what? They're trying to compete with fake, a completely generated, quote unquote, perfect image. It's not perfect. I mean, people need to start just be content with yourself. Quit looking at yourself and trying to find every flaw, look at everything. Get off social media. Quit worrying about what other people think or what other people might say with all of your life, not just your appearance, but with everything. Just forget about everyone else. Do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Just do your thing.
I mean, you're a human with flaws.
Yes.
And these images of an AI generated by AI, they can make them basically flawless.
Yes.
And it's like, you can't compete with that. I don't care what you do.
No. And these guys that subscribe, I'm assuming it's all guys. Maybe not. Maybe there's one. I didn't break it down, but I'm assuming majority guys. What are you doing? Get out of your mom's basement. Go meet real people. Have a relationship, an interaction. And I don't even mean like sexual relationship. Just go out and engage with someone.
Get angry at people in the store blocking your aisle.
Get a relationship. Get married. Have your wife get mad when you say, let's make the bed at 7:00 and not wait till 11. Enjoy that kind of stuff. No, but we all
That'll
have
be the
flaws.
next AI, the angry one.
we all have flaws. And I mean, that's part of what makes a relationship go too. My weaknesses will usually coincide with my wife's strengths and vice versa. So you kind of help each other out. I don't know. I didn't mean to get all
preachy.
Yeah, sure. Preachy.
They should make a moody AI.
I'm sure they're out there.
So I did see one more thing and then we'll move on to our last two stories here, unless you guys have something else. Greg, did you have anything else?
No.
I did see where part of the plastic surgery statistics and studies, this was for 2022, but they listed the top 5 cosmetic surgical procedures. So the number one cosmetic surgical procedure, liposuction. So it holds the top spot for the second year in a row. Liposuction sculpts the body by removing excess fat from specific areas.
Well, with Ozempic, they may not need that much
They
longer.
may not. Again, you may need this, but a lot of this is, and we're all guilty. I'm guilty of it. I shouldn't say we're all, but it's the
don't
easy
blame me.
way out. I know what I need to do to lose weight. It's like budgeting, eat right, exercise, but it's like, I can just get somebody to suck the fat out of me and I can keep eating Reese's. All right. Can I eat the Reese's while you're doing the liposuction? That would be the
liposuction sucks the Reese's out.
right out of my, right out of my mouth. Goes right through. All right. Number 2, breast augmentation. Remains one of the most popular plastic surgery procedures.
That's what I was going to go for next.
Is it? I think you look good with a nice set of B cups. I thought you looked a little perky. So this procedure enhances the size and shape of the breast using implants to correct. It says to correct small. It's like that's not a correction. It's just that people are. That's your body. That's how it is.
Yeah, that's how you're made.
Yeah. Small, uneven, or disproportionate breasts. Kind of like our disproportionate anger. All right. 3 is a tummy tuck. Similar to the liposuction, but it takes and, tightens and tones everything, puts it up in there. 4, it says a breast lift, which I didn't even know that was different than breast augmentation, but I have no idea. Reshapes and makes the reappearance. So repositions breast. Reduce sagging. Low volume. I don't.
You're only at 30. You're only at 30.
Turn it up. I can't hear it.
You're only at 30 psi.
We're going to get you up to at least 45. And downward pointing nipples. So they're going to get them up. Get them up in the air. And then this one kind of threw me a little bit. Eyelid surgery.
Ooh.
Eyelid removes excess skin, fat, or muscle from the upper and lower eyelids.
I got muscular eyelids. I put little weights on them and blink and
crush a walnut with my eyelid. So anyway, that's it. People, just relax. Be happy with what you have, what you are. Yeah. I mean, quit trying to change everything for everybody. Because they always say, well, I'm doing this for me. Are you? If you didn't have followers and everything else, would you still be doing it, or would you just be happy? All right. Again, sorry. I'm getting all preachy. All right. Last couple things here. Back in September, the Marine Corps, there was a pilot in an F-35 jet, and there was a mishap over South Carolina, and it crashed.
Well, the F-35 is only $90 million. Well, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So, anyway, they released, that happened back in September of last year. Now, they released the report, and they just put it out here. The thing that struck me is that the pilot bailed out. There was, and I can't play it here, but I heard the 911 call where this guy was there. This couple was at home. A knock on the door. They answer it. There's a pilot standing there. He's like,
"Your ride's here.
I need to call 911. My plane crashed." Like, what? Yeah. Well, they called 911, and he's like, "Listen, I'm a Marine Corps pilot. My plane crashed, and my thought is, why are you calling 911? I assumed that the military had ways to track where the plane is at all times.
Yeah, especially a 90
even if
million.
it goes down, whatever, it can track that, right? No,
you would think.
Apparently not.
I mean, I was in the Air National Guard for 9 years. Now, I wasn't a pilot, but we tracked our equipment. I would hope that there's a better system than just calling a 911 operator.
Like, well, they couldn't find it, right?
That took a while. Yeah, it took a while. They finally did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so we'll get a sketch artist out there. We'll sketch it up, put out an APB. They do a police lineup of a bunch of different aircraft.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like number 2.
That's a helicopter. Oh, well, okay. Wasn't a helicopter. It was fixed wing. But just, yeah. Why are we calling 911 to try to find our missing airplane? So I don't. Did you guys have anything else on that one?
I was going to do that for my Jeep when it slid down the hill.
Call my mom.
Hey, can you go look for this Jeep?
Oh man. Anything else? I don't want to.
No, I mean, it's crazy.
It is nuts.
It's like how do you lose a military jet like that?
That should not be. There should be more investigation on how this happens. Like this should not be. We should have a system in place to track all of, especially like you said, Mike, $90 million aircraft. We should be able to find it.
I mean, we lost $13 billion worth earlier, but
Yeah. Oh, well.
What's another 90 million?
Yeah. Drop in the bucket. All right. Last thing.
They found the plane 75 miles away. So it traveled a little further.
Yeah, the police department there is like, well, that's out of our jurisdiction.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to call. You're gonna have to call 3 counties over.
I love the news. The cause of the crash remains unknown and is under investigation. Marine Corps officials called the incident a mishap.
Yeah, it was a mishap.
Yeah, I think this was a mishap. I think you could classify it as a mishap.
All right. This next one, there was a lady. She had a beloved hamster, and it died.
Poor Hammy.
Her hamster died. So when Jess Porter Langston's beloved hamster passed away, she knew she had to do something special to remember him. So she chose to stuff him. She shelled out more than $200 to a taxidermy for her precious, I can't even pronounce the name of her. Roborovsky. It's a dwarf hamster.
Dwarf hamster?
Yeah.
It's very small.
Hamilton. I guess that's the type of hamster, a Roborovsky dwarf hamster. Hamilton. Nickname Hammy. So she had it stuffed, but not just stuffed. She had it immortalized, and they put it as a tiny stripper dancing for cash around a pole with dollar bills in its hot pink thought. What are you doing? If you saw the picture, it's very disturbing. Who came up with like, you know what? I love my little hamster. I want it to be a stripper. Why? What is the purpose of this? Yeah. First, I have had pets all my life, dogs and stuff. And it's sad when they die and you're sad. I would never want it taxidermied. No. It just, we bury them and, and move on, and we're sad and we move on. Like, okay. I don't want it to, and I definitely wouldn't taxidermy it into a stripper. What you got there? That's just my dog. I got him. He loves stripping. Just loved it.
Yeah, I want to know where that came from. Like, was this a habit for the hamster? A pastime?
Amy was immortalized as stripper, complete with miniature dollar bills. Yeah.
So maybe he really did it before.
It's hard telling.
Well, from the looks of him, I don't know if he'd be getting a lot of dollar bills. He looks pretty rough.
Yeah.
Well, the white mice or something might have been,
maybe
tossing him dollars.
Said, it would be shocking if I ever brought anyone home. I wouldn't know what to tell them, she admitted. Well, of course. The Australian native music merchandiser who now resides in
You could just say,
Brighton.
hey, I'm wacko.
I guess she's from Australia. I said England. She's from Australia. So, adopting her role as rodent caretaker is a new hobby. Yeah, so I don't know. She looks a little different.
Well, anyway. And I like down lower it says, now Hammy, who served as her emotional support hamster in her formative years when she first moved to London in her 20s.
Oh, okay. She
watches over her next to her bed.
I don't want to wake up to a stripping hamster.
What's her emotional support hamster? She take him on planes, put a little leash on him, take him to restaurants.
So anyway, so there you go. We got the emotional support stripping hamster. It's like
Hammy.
the Thunder Down Under.
Sheesh.
Wouldn't really be thunder. I don't know what he'd be like.
Cage says Thunderdome on it. So.
Hammy's Thunderdome.
Welcome to the center stage, Hammy. Glitter all over the place.
He's a maniac.
It's raining men. Hallelujah.
Sheesh.
So please don't do that with your animals. Just let them go. Let them have some dignity. He had dignity in life. Give him dignity in death.
It's a hamster. He only had so much dignity.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got nothing else. Did you guys have anything else?
I got nothing.
Oh, our disproportionate anger really went long. I think it was therapeutic, though.
I do too.
I think I feel better.
Need to get that
if
off
we
my
have any
chest.
listeners left listening, they are not. They're like, wow.
That's their anger.
Yeah.
Your show makes me so mad. I can't take it.
But I can't stop.
And I got to figure out how to put a poll out there about do you dry your toes
For your
after-
hamster?
That's what I was about to say. For Hammy?
I'm getting some breast augmentation. Yeah. Get him out on the pole. All right. I mean, they had the singing frog with the WB the
That's right.
cartoon. This is something a little different.
It's a little different.
The stripping hamster.
It's very different.
All right. Well, I got nothing else. You got anything else,
nope.
Mike?
No.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Relax. Don't get so mad. Don't get aggravated. Don't get offended.
After we just gripe for
Don't be like us. Be happy. Be happy with things. Don't body shame yourself. We're fat blobs, but don't you do it.
yeah. Let somebody else do it.
Let someone else do it. I'm done. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you're tuning in 7 days. See ya.
Later.
Peace. I love the message.
Well, that wraps up another episode. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.